We bought some chickens. Here's what happened in the first 7 days. We bought 6 chickens. The chicks' basic needs are very simple. Like us, they need food, water, and shelter. But to increase their chances of survival, we've added a few extra things. Chickens need small pebbles, rocks in their stomach to help with digestion. In the wild, they find small rocks and eat them. Since we're raising these in a box, we need to buy what they call grit. More specifically, we bought the one made for baby chicks, which is smaller pebbles. This is a feeder. You open the top and pour the food inside of it. Chickens are pretty messy, so this design keeps them from climbing into the food and pooping inside of it. I bought this thinking that the chicks could use it, but later I found out that it's way too big for the box that I'm using, so I ended up buying a smaller feeder, which I'll show in the video. This is their water container. Lady at the store recommended this one. This was also too big for their box, so I'll keep it until they get bigger and put it in their coop. But later I bought a smaller one for their box. This will be the source of heat for the chicks. I'm pretty excited about this thing because it will make them nice and warm and it will gimmick the feeling of being under their mother. I wasn't too happy about taking them away from their mother. I chose this instead of a lamp because a lamp can be a fire hazard and I want them to sleep in the dark as nature intended. Imagine trying to sleep with the lights on. Would be good. I'll make a separate video with more details and a review of the heater, so stay tuned for that. I bought a thermometer to monitor the temperatures. The environment for chicks that are a week old or younger need to be a temperature of 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Also grab some pine shavings. This is recommended because it helps with insulation and it keeps them comfortable. You can also clean the coop easier by removing the top layer of shavings. For shelter, get a decent sized box. I have this old box from a girl I bought. Seems big enough for my 6 chicks. The dimensions of the box are 31 by 23 by 21 inches. I poked a bunch of holes in the box for ventilation and in case I have to close it to move it around. I then dumped the wood shavings in it. Too much. I put way too much, so I had to remove some. I imagine you could probably get away with putting 2 or 3 inches of wood shavings on the bottom, but then to clean it, you'd have to remove all the wood shavings and refill it. Although you could rest the heater right on the shavings, I decided to place them on top of 2 pieces of wood. Seems more stable that way. As you can see, the height is adjustable. I put it on the highest position. Looks very cozy. I would sleep in there. Ideally, you want some kind of platform to put their food and water so they don't kick shavings into it. I use these 2 pieces of vinyl flooring. It's all I had. Seems to work fine. As I mentioned before, the original feeder and water containers I showed at the beginning of the video were too big for the box, so I bought smaller ones. Here they are. All right, so we have everything. Here's the setup. The water has some apple cider vinegar, crushed garlic, and honey. This mixture will be good for their development in the early stages. The small pink plate, it has some grit in it, and the feeder has non-GMO chick feed. It's basically food made specifically for baby chickens. We got it from the place where we bought the chickens from. So here they are. First thing was to get them to drink water by grabbing the chicks and dunking their beaks into the water so they know exactly where it is. Their breed is called Plymouth Blue Rocks. We chose this breed because they are good egg layers and they have a decent lifespan. You can get breeds that lay more eggs, but they may have shorter life expectancies. These are hardy chickens and they do well in our climate here in Florida. Also, these will not be used as meat birds, only for eggs. Okay, now that we've seen the chicks, let's talk about Nugget. As soon as I let these loose in the big box, the small one caught my eye. We called her Nugget. She's the only one we named. The others look very similar in size and color, but Nugget was not only smaller, but also darker. I immediately loved her because of her size and feistiness. She was definitely not as energetic as the others, but she did have sporadic bursts of energy where she would jump into the fray and start eating and drinking, shoving the bigger chicks out of the way. Seeing her eat and drink made me not worry too much about her size. I mean, there's always a runt in the group, right? Still, she stood out because she was always the last to react and often by herself while the others ate and drank. But we thought she'd be fine. Day two. So this is my first time owning chickens. Can't help but notice how cute these are. I love them, but it doesn't look like they love me. They're so scared of me, but I understand. Good idea to handle them often so they get used to it so they don't fear me anymore. They're doing well on the second day. They're in my garage since it's still pretty cold here in Florida. I check the temperature under the heater often and change their water daily. The chicks are definitely more hyper on day three. Unfortunately, Nugget is still behaving the same way. My son named another one of the chickens Bluey. My wife and kids also handle the chicks so they get used to it, the whole family handling them. It's especially important for the kids to learn where the food comes from and what it takes to get it. Always wash our hands before and after handling the chicks, as recommended by the place we bought them from. Are you gonna grab one?
Yeah.
All right. Which one you want to grab?
I want to grab the light one.
Okay.
It's too hard because they're all. I thought I put my knee. I can.
Oh, oh, you gonna jump? You saw that? You wanted to jump. Suicidal, man.
Get thinking about to fly.
I know, but we can't let them jump from that high. They're gonna get hurt, right?
It would be better if they would just jump like this.
There you go. That'd be good. Let's try that. There you go. That's more comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Let me give you one. What are they pecking at over there?
They could be cleaning up their poop.
There you go. Look at that.
Oh. Yeah, they did it. Did it?
See this guy. Let's go. No jump.
She wants to escape. She's definitely gonna jump off.
No, I got her. I'm holding her in a way that way she doesn't jump off. Look at this. All right. I let you down. Quit complaining. I also gave them some lettuce to see if they'll eat it. They just pecked at it a bit. The biggest one already started jumping on the heater, planning her escape. I have to make a cover soon for this box. Day 4. It's February here in Florida, and we've had a
Yeah,
couple of cold
the
days.
bullies actually just
The
flew
heater
away.
has
So
been doing a great
wait, what's
job.
the bully?
To keep the heat in the box during the night,
Right.
I place a towel
So
over
Might be the one on the
half
left.
of the box to make a warm zone for them
well,
at
not the
night.
biggest one.
They seem to like
So it
it.
could be a bully.
I can also finally see little feathers poking through the wingtips, and growth is noticeable.
But
Nugget is still lagging behind though, but she's eating and drinking.
King has always told me I'm not paying that one.
you put them all, it's okay. They're just chickens. He doesn't want to be mean, it's just that he's a chicken.
Did this? Yep, it is putting booty out and making me just hit my finger up. Hey, Booby's over there.
There you go. He's saying something.
Yep.
He's like, no thanks, I don't want to be there.
Hey.
That's why you gotta be close, that way they don't jump too high, right? You want another one?
Yeah.
Let's do this guy.
Hey, Bluey.
Bye. He just flew away.
That made me laugh.
Day 5. On day 5, we decided to move the box from the garage into my dining room. The temperature was going to get really cold in the garage in the next couple of days. Also decided to clean the box. Pretty simple. Just remove the top layer of the wood shavings and then stir everything up.
You're free. Here it is, Nugget.
Nugget. Yay, Nugget.
The runt of the pack. Nice and clean.
I also replaced the vinyl planks with these wood boards. They're 2x4s until I clean the vinyl planks. The chicks are enjoying their new location. On day 6, with the exception of Nugget, the chicks look bigger and colors are coming through. Nugget likes to hang out by herself more under the heater. On this day, I also checked all the chicks' rear ends for pasty butt. Pasty butt is when their poop stays stuck and plugs up their vent so they can't poop properly. It's very serious and common with young chicks. Nugget had some buildup, but nothing that was plugged. We cleaned it anyways. We also started separating Nugget from the rest of the chicks to see if she would eat and drink more, but she would just complain because I guess she just wants to be with everyone else. She's definitely wobbly and not as stable as the other ones. Look at Nugget. Yep. I went to give her more food separately because she was there by herself. But then I took that off to get her out, and she just ran to start eating. So I guess you just gotta remove that every so often. She could go out there and she's over there fighting with them.
Good.
Look at that. You see that? You should go out there. You just gotta.
That one on the left, the nugget has some beautiful wings or feathers already.
Yeah, they're so fat. Look at that. She's like right in there.
Good.
She's like, I will not go out quietly into the night.
But her, like, even her wings look so.
Day 7. It's not a good day at all. I went to work in the morning and I get a text from my wife saying that Nugget wasn't doing well all morning. She was barely able to stand up and had shallow breathing. My wife gave her some sugar water, some egg yolks with a small syringe. She even put her over the stove to heat her up, but Nugget was fading fast. My wife went to Tractor Supply to buy an additional lamp for more heating and electrolytes for chickens so we could try to give it to Nugget. While she was gone, I came home and I found Nugget like this. I knew it was bad, but I picked her up and put her inside of a small box with a heating pad. Tried breathing on her and everything. She was limped and lifeless. It was rough losing her. I became really attached to her in those 7 days of her short life. I had to come to terms with the situation and I buried her in my sweet potato garden bed. The garden bed is now called the Nugget Bed in her honor. It's very typical to lose some of your chicks, so it's something that we need to get used to. Rest in peace, Nugget. So this is them today. Look at those feathers coming out.
Yeah.
After Nugget's passing, we contemplated getting
Crazy.
another chick.
Maybe not.
Problem is that most places around here have a minimum purchase of
Maybe
2
we
to
can
4
turn it
chicks.
out.
So we'll see.
Oh no, Dad. Dad, you're
For
asking
now,
me
we'll
to
continue
hold
caring
it
for
off.
these girls and hopefully they remain healthy.
Come here. What are you running away for?
So
Got one.
those were our
Just
first
looking out.
7 days.
Didn't like the light.
Some happiness, some sadness, but overall,
There you
a
go.
lot of learning. And we're happy to have chickens. We'll continue making more videos as they grow to show their progress. And I'm also in the process of building a large chicken coop. So look out for future videos about that.
Don't talk.
But step were the
Thank you for
bottom,
watching.
right?
If you enjoy
All
this,
the bombs
like
are
and
not like
subscribe.
the same, right?